All right, guys, welcome back finally. Sorry for the hiatus. So I started this whole YouTube thing and I was working like from home, mostly from part-time due to coronavirus, the pandemic stuff. Anyway, but I have started back full-time and it has really taken a hit on when I'm able to film and not film. But basically, there's been a lot going on with the truck that I'm gonna have to catch you guys up on either in this video or another one, just how it works out. But right now, we have the truck and we are here. It is on the lift at Hardway Performance. So I'm sure I've told you guys before, but my good buddy Ryan, he is the owner of Hardway Performance. He is the leaseholder of Emerald Coast Dragway. You'll probably know him most famously for having a really bright green, ridiculously fast Cummins powered Nova. Had an all billet Cummins inside of a green Nova. But so Ryan and I have become pretty good friends, and because of that, me and another one of his employees named Mike Coleman, we've also become great friends. So Mike decided to help me do some work on the truck. There's some stuff I needed done, some welding and this, that, and the other, and here we are, we're getting it done. So some of the parts that I need welded is, first and foremost, I need a new crossover. I was headed to a race, a hard tire race, at a track in Louisville, Alabama. I was headed to a hard tire race there, and I had the truck on the lift, just kind of going over it front to back, making sure I was ready to go. And I noticed there was this gigantic gaping hole where my wastegate was welded onto the crossover pipe. So there was, no telling how much power and boost I was losing out of that hole, or even how long it had been there. Probably contributed to my issues in Atlanta. That was not something I was able to check there while I was at the track, or it didn't even occur to me to check that. So when I found that, immediately you had to fix it, but rather than just, slap a new bead on it and call it real, I decided to just totally redo the whole crossover. And if I'm gonna redo the crossover, I'm gonna make room for a full downpipe. So yes, you heard that right. I am getting rid of the fender exit and I'm going to go to a full downpipe. Now the reason for that is because the truck is a street truck first. It is first a truck that I drive around that's able to race. Sort of over the past couple of months, it's been the other way around. It's been a truck that I race first and don't really street drive. And I don't think I really realized how much I missed that until I was consistently just working on the truck, as opposed to street driving it and going to Sonic and doing all the things that sort of built the truck's identity first. So beyond that, I also want to race in more daily driver and street class friendly classes. So a fender exit, that puts me in with race cars, or what we like to call like true street cars. True street cars basically meaning race cars that can make a drive, and that's not where I want to be. I want to be as fast as I can be with as many amenities as I can. So although the downpipe out of the fender is cool, it makes for great video and everyone loves it, it's just not necessarily the identity of the truck that I want. I want a fast street truck that can be raced. These are a couple of issues we're going to fix. Couldn't have happened at a better time. I don't have another race planned for about 2 weeks, so we have some time to go over this thing. We spent a day on the lift already, kind of going over what we want to do, mocking some things up and this, that, and the other. So Mike is currently underneath there. He is starting to lay some tacks. He is getting the new crossover built, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Let's see what he's got going on. Slow boy, what are you doing?
Making you faster, slow boy.
That's what I like to hear. Got the driver's side going on, bellows going on?
Yeah.
Sweet. So there's a lot of things that I'm capable of doing, but welding is not one of them. It's something I definitely want to try to pick up, but when it comes to stuff that I depend on to make me good at racing, if one of my buddies can help me out doing it and I can, hook them up with some dinner or slide him a little cash, then we'll work it out. And in the meantime, I'll practice on my own skills on non-essential pieces. And crossover pipes are pretty essential. So just like me in work with the coronavirus, I'm essential. That's why I had to go back. So while we're here, I couldn't just leave the Ryan's new Nova sitting over here without giving you a few details on it. This will also be a Cummins powered radial type car, X275, Pro 275. He actually has a pretty good YouTube series on it. Him and his employee Craig have started doing some videos talking about some things that go on in the shop, things that go on with this car, specifically plans for it and whatnot. But a quick rundown of it is a leaf spring 275 based radial car, Cummins powered with a GT55 and all of the nitrous that a Cummins can probably inhale. So make sure to tune into their channel and check those guys out. Getting her done. Check out that 300,000 mile factory mud truck front diff. You get that mark on there.
Precision.
Precision?
Yeah.
Precision eyeballing?
That's right.
Hell yeah. The cool thing about this is that everyone's going to tell you what you're doing wrong on YouTube. It's going to be a good night, Tater. Old and busted, new hotness. Old and busted, new hotness.
Might leave us a little bit.
Just that new hotness. Old and busted, new hotness. All right, and so that is going to do it for tonight. Mike and I were able to get the crossover in and in place. It's tacked up. I think tomorrow we're going to pull the truck down off the lift and pull the crossover down too. Way we can get it on the table and actually do a full TIG weld all the way around like we want it to be. So our priorities with the crossover were to first be effective. It needs to do its job of getting exhaust from the driver's side bank of the engine over to the passenger, where it eventually makes its way to the turbo. So that was goal number one. Goal number two is that it needed to be easy to work on. So the previous one I had built, although it's not high in quality and it didn't last, it was very easy to work on. So we definitely wanted to replicate that with this crossover, and I think we did a really good job of that. The other one had just one tiny little flange bolt that was difficult to get to, and I think that we have fixed that. And we're also contemplating on which side we want to put the wastegate on. So previously the gate was over on the passenger side, and that's just because there's no drive shaft, there's no nothing there, or there was nothing there whenever we originally built it. But there is going to be a full 4-inch downpipe stuff there now, and I'm not sure if the gate is going to be in a good spot right next to that downpipe or if it'll fit at all. So we're contemplating putting it over on the driver's side. Well, now in my case, I have a drive shaft over there. I think that we have plenty of room and it's going to work out just fine. But it was getting a little bit late. You know, we both have families to get to and work to tomorrow, so we decided to call it a night. And you will have to see where we end up with the gate in video number 2. I'm going to plan on making maybe 2, maybe 3 videos about this. But check in video 2 for where we end up putting the gate, how we start the downpipe, and also for whatever race I was going to where I found the crack initially. As I mentioned, I had the truck on the lift here at home at my home shop, and we were getting it ready to go racing when we found the crack. So in video 2, be checking to look for how we did in that race. It was a hard tire race, so it was a fun one. I'll give y'all that. But check out for the next one. We'll see y'all next time.